Hey, you. Were you a child before? Do you plan on becoming a parent? Great. If you plan on becoming a parent, here's some tips you should know.
There are two types of parentification.
Instrumental parentification. Instrumental parentification includes cooking, cleaning, taking care of siblings, picking up after parents, anything that is a inappropriate age task for a child to be constantly performing. Dean Winchester from Supernatural is a great example of this. In many scenes, a young child him is seen alone in a hotel room cooking and looking after his often sick or rambunctious little brother for weeks alone at a time. Gilbert Grape is a classic example. Any of Frank's kids from Shameless, siblings from a series of unfortunate events, Luisa from Encanto. The second type of parentification is emotional parentification, which basically means just emotional incest, which I know I saw several of you crinkle your nose in disgust, but emotional incest does not have anything sexual to do with it. It is solely when a parent looks to their child for emotional support that is normally gained from their romantic partner or peers or a therapist, but they are relying instead on their child for it. One movie I'd recommend is The Book of Henry. It does a great job of encapsulating emotional parentification, as his mother constantly compares him to adults in the room as if he were an adult. The other examples I gave also do work for emotional parentification, though a lot of movies and media tend to focus on the instrumental parentification rather than the emotional.
You might be wondering, Ronan, why the hell are you qualified to talk about this? Well, 1, I am a child of parentification. 2, I have touched every goddamn article, scholarly and otherwise, talking about parentification. I mean, look at all of these. Wow, there's so many.
Why should we care?
Children that were parentified in adulthood later on tend to experience a lot more depression, anxiety, shame and guilt, imposter syndrome, commitment issues, vulnerability issues, and anxiety / avoidant attachment issues.
Parentification starts when a parent starts neglecting their duties, whether it's emotionally or physically. Whether it's the parent having to work more hours, not physically being there, or actively neglecting and leaving the children. Other reasons include substance abuse, mental health issues, mental illness issues. Separation and or divorce can lead to emotional incest and emotional parentification of children, and many other things.
How do we stop more children from being parentified? That's easy. You educate forcefully.
Every expecting parent should be forced to take some sort of class in parentification. They should be shown the effects into adulthood that parentification has, what parentification looks like, how it starts, and how to prevent it from happening. Time and time again, history has shown us that education is the best preventative to anything. Look at sex education, drug education, domestic violence education, and everything else in between.
Some of you might be saying, oh my gosh, Ronan, that sounds like me. And to that I say, I'm so sorry you also had to go through that. Secondly, you might be wondering, how do I overcome this and work through it? We don't know. Nobody really knows. Parentification isn't really looked into or researched that much or talked about, which it should be. And there's so many reasons why. This being one of them. The only thing I can tell you to do is go to therapy, man.